it's Nicole Wilkins with FitnessRx for Women. This is the next question and answer segment. I took your questions from Facebook and I'm going to answer them for you tonight. The first question I have is, who needs L-glutamine? When do you take it, post-workout from lifting, and what's it for? Well, L-glutamine is an amino acid and it's great for muscle recovery. It's also great for your immune system. So I take it about 5 to 10 grams post-workout and before bed. It's great for, you can get it in powder form or you can get it in pill form. Either one is fine. I prefer the powder because it gets into your system faster. So if you're feeling sore from your training, or you are getting sick kind of often, or you travel a lot, you train pretty heavy, L-glutamine is something that you might want to incorporate into your training program. The next question is, how do you stay so flexible with added muscularity? Well, the key to keeping your flexibility is to work it. So after every workout, when your body is warm, do some stretches. Even if you have a lot of muscle tissue, you can still have great flexibility. I know some bodybuilders who can do the splits. So it is possible to keep up. But the more you train and the heavier you train, the more muscle you have without stretching, the stiffer you can get. And you lose your flexibility very fast. So it's important to do it on a regular basis. I like to do yoga. That really helps me keep my body limber. And stretching is great for increasing your circulation, and it helps aid in recovery as well. I know that it is possible to drink too much water, but would drinking 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons on a regular basis make it harder to dry out for a contest? Well, there's two things here. One, it is possible to drink too much water. I think for women, anything over 2 gallons is kind of excessive because you may start depleting your important electrolytes. But water intoxication is known as hyponatremia, so it is something to be aware of. But as far as making it harder to dry out for a contest, you can get dehydrated within days. So I wouldn't worry about drinking too much water. Or drinking that much water gearing up to the show. You need the water in order to help repair your body. Your body is made up of 70% water, and with high protein diets, if you don't take in enough water, you could get constipated. So it's definitely important to keep that up. How does your diet differ on days you don't train? Well, my days that I don't train, my carbohydrate sources are a little lower. Carbs equal energy, so on days where I'm going to be doing a high intensity workout or a leg day where I require a lot of energy, my carbs may be a little elevated. But when I'm just having a rest day, my carbs are pretty low, so my fat sources may be a little higher. So that's how I vary it. I started a 12-week transformation eating very clean, no bread or dairy, and exercising 5 to 6 days a week with 1 cheat meal a week. I feel really good physically, but can you tell me why I'm so grumpy? Well, I'm not really sure. It sounds like you're doing everything just fine. If you're not taking in enough calories, you can get kind of short. If you're eating every 5 to 6 hours, your blood sugar is probably pretty stable, so I wouldn't think that would have anything to do with your mood swings. It may just be something where you're feeling as though you're deprived from certain foods that you love, and it sounds like you just need kind of have a shift in the way you look at what you're doing. You just remember that you chose to do this, so you don't have to do it, and to enjoy the process a little bit more instead of thinking about what you can't have and what you're missing out on. So just know that you're going to look the best you ever have after this 12-week transformation. And if it's something that you feel you can't continue on afterwards, then make some shifts in your program to make it something you can do for the lifelong. So smile and cheer up. How do you balance competing and relationships? This is a tough one. With friends, you want to surround yourself with people who are understanding your career and your hobby and are not giving you a hard time about not eating certain foods or not going out to drink. So surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded really helps out a lot. You can have workout partners to train with on a regular basis. I train with a lot of my really good friends. I alternate my workout partners quite often, and it helps, keep things fresh, and it helps with those relationships. As far as family, same idea. Personal relationships, make sure you set aside time to hang out with them separately. Go out for a walk after dinner. Make sure you have sit-down dinners together and cook together. So the more you incorporate people that you care about into what your lifestyle change is, the more they'll be accepting of it. So try not to exclude them from something that's important to you, and that might help. The last question I have is, it seems like I am constantly eating all day and yet still starving. I have always had a fast metabolism, but since I started weight training, I can't seem to get rid of the hunger. Any suggestions? Well, it's not a bad thing when your metabolism is sped up, as long as your stomach isn't growling. Maybe having your meals every 2 hours instead of 3 hours. Maybe slightly increasing your calories so that you're, maybe you're not eating enough and that's why you're so hungry. Maybe increasing your fats. Fats will help, slow down the digestion of your food. So maybe adding some almonds if you're really hungry between meals. And if you're losing too much weight, then definitely increase your calories. But give it some time. There are times where you're going to be really hungry, and then periods of time where you're not going to be as hungry. So as long as your stomach isn't eating itself out, and you're not growling uncontrollably so you can't focus, then just try some of the changes that I recommended, and hopefully that'll help. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I hope that helped you guys out. Keep living the fit life and keep asking questions. I'll see you next week.